Welcome back students. This video is for class 8 chapter number 11 force and pressure. It is the fourth part of the video with page number 133. Okay, so I repeat, chapter number 11 force and pressure, page number 133, class 8. Now in earlier video we have completed the chapter, that is theory of the chapter, and we saw the fill-ups, right? We saw the fill-ups of page number 145. Today we will go for multiple choice questions and with page number 146. Okay, so MCQ is on page number 146. Please open your textbooks. Today we will go for the questions. Okay, MCQs and fill in the blanks, then true or false, and answer in brief, answer in detail. Various questions we are going through them today. Okay, so page number 146. Now our first fill up is first MCQ is, look at the figure and say what the net force on P is. So net answer is 150 newtons towards your right. Now you just have to maintain a notebook. In that notebook you have to write all these questions today which we are going to discuss. Okay, so you have to write all the questions, answers, fill-ups and other objectives also. Okay, now so our first answer is 150 newtons towards your right. Next, which of the following is a contact force? Okay, which is the example of contact force? Now gravity, electrostatics and magnetic, they are all examples of non-contact force, whereas frictional force, for friction two objects have to come in contact, so it is called as frictional force. So answer is frictional force. Next, the SI unit of force is Newton. In which of the following cases will be the pressure definitely reduced? The force is the same and the area decreases. The force is the same and area increases. When the pressure increases, when force is same but area is small. So when wait a minute, in which of the following cases will the pressure definitely reduce? Okay, here it is reduce. So to reduce, the area should be big. Okay, means force same but area should be big. So the example of brick, when the brick is placed horizontally, means when the area is big, the pressure is less. So when pressure reduces, when area increases. Next, SI unit of pressure is Pascal, that is A, option A. Next, the tires of heavy vehicles are kept broad to decrease pressure on the ground. So option is D. Which of this is designed to reduce the pressure exerted on a surface? A broad tire, that is B. Next, the pressure exerted by a liquid is the same at a given depth. A. Option is A. Which of the following is true of liquid pressure? For liquid pressure, which is true? It increases with depth. It increases with depth. So option A. Which of the following is not true of atmospheric pressure? It increases as height increases. So option D is the answer. Okay. Next, we will go for objective type question. For objective type question, pushes and pulls are forces. They are forces. So answer is forces. Pushes and pulls are forces. I will write this answer here. Fill in the blanks. B, fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Okay. So first is forces. Answer is forces. First is forces. Next, two forces P and Q act on an object in the same direction, and if P is greater than Q, the net force on the object is P plus Q. The net force is always the addition of all the forces. So it is P plus Q. Three forces that can act from a distance are gravitational force, magnetic force and electrostatic force. Okay, three forces that can act from a distance are. So examples are gravitational, next is magnetic, 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 and third is electrostatic. So these are the three examples. Next, frictional force is an example of a contact force. Frictional force is an example of a contact force. So the fourth fill up is contact force. Fifth fill up. Fifth, when you hit a ball, okay, hit a bat. No, when you hit a ball with a bat, you exert dash force. Here it will be muscular force. Which force? Muscular. So fifth answer is muscular force. Now we will go for sixth fill-up. Sixth is an object has weight because of dash force. An object has weight because of gravitational force. So answer is gravitational force. Gravitational force. Seventh is if force is increased, what increases? Pressure increases, right? If force is increased, pressure increases. So answer is increases. Eighth one. If the same force is made to act on a larger area, if a same force is made to act on a larger area, the pressure decreases. The pressure decreases. It is decreases. Ninth one, a manometer is a device that measures liquid pressure. It measures liquid pressure. So these are the answers which you have to write in the blanks. Okay. Next, the pressure inside a rubber sucker stuck on a wall is lesser than the atmospheric pressure. So it is lesser than the atmospheric pressure. Clear? So these are the fill-ups. Forces P plus Q, gravitational, magnetic, electrostatics, contact, muscular, gravitational, increases, decreases, liquid and lesser. So these are the answers of the fill in the blanks. Next we will go for true or false. So for true or false, I'll just mention F for false and T for true. Okay, so we are having first. Force does not have any effect on the shape of object. Force does not have any effect on the shape of the object. False, right? Because force changes the shape. Second, you have to write full, that is false. F-A-L-S-E. I am just mentioning F for false and T for true. A moving object will come to rest irrespective of whether frictional force acts on it or not. Again it is false. A boy's mass is 45 kg. His weight is approximately 450 Newton. It is true, right? Next, an object will weigh the same everywhere on the surface of the earth. False, right? Because at the center of the earth the gravity is higher, so weight will be higher. Second, fifth, next true or false. Force is the pressure exerted per unit area. False, right? Force is not pressure exerted per, whereas pressure is force per unit area. Next is 6. The greater the area over which a force acts, the greater is the pressure. False. If the area is greater, the pressure is lesser. 7th, war tanks moves on a caterpillar tracks to increase pressure. False. Caterpillar means that circular means this shape of tires or wheels, right? So that is to reduce the pressure, not to increase the pressure. Liquid exerts pressure only in downward direction. False. In that experiment we saw liquid exerts pressure in upward direction also, so it is false. Next is ninth fill-up. Ninth fill-up is here it is, fill-up number 9. Okay, it is visible. Okay, ninth fill-up. The deeper you dive in water, the greater will be the pressure on you. Okay, so pressure increases with depth, so it is true. 10th, atmospheric pressure at a hill station is less than at a beach town. Atmospheric pressure is greater at a hill station, right? So it is true. So these are your true or false, right? You can see this. Next is answer in brief. Now I will just give you markings for this. Okay, means what? Here you have to write page number in front of the question and you have to mark the answer. After marking, you have to write them in your notebook. Now we will go for that question and answers. Okay, so first question is, what is meant by force? What is meant by force? Page number 133. 133. I repeat, page number 133. So you have to go on page number 133. This is your page number 133. On 133, Here you can see that pushes and pulls that act on objects are called forces. So you have to mark it as from pushes till forces. So the whole thing, pushes and pulls that act on an object, are called forces. So this is your question number D, first answer. Okay, question number D, first answer. D means what? This thing. Answer in brief. This is D, right? So D first. So D first is on page number 133. This is D1. Clear? Page number 133, D1. From pushes till forces. Next answer. What does a ball moving on the ground why does a ball moving on the ground eventually come to rest? Page number 136. Page number, here it is 133. Yeah, first one. Okay, second answer is on page number 136. 136. Okay, so open the page number 136. On 136, now you have to mark it from here. Frictional force. In frictional force, you have to write you have to cut that word object. Okay, you have to cut that word object. In place of object, you have to write ball. So when a ball slides or rolls on a surface, before force you have to write frictional. You have to write frictional force. Means you have to write like this: when a ball slides or rolls on a surface, a frictional force comes into play between the surfaces in contact. It tries to stop the ball from moving. Now again, in place of object you have to write ball. So your answer is from when an object, right? So you have to write ball in place of object. You have to cut that word object and you have to write ball. So when a ball slides or rolls on a surface, a frictional force, you have to mention there frictional force. Spelling is FRICTIONAL. Frictional force comes into play between the surface in contact. It tries to stop the ball. In place of object, again write the ball from moving. So this is your answer. So write it here D2. Write here D2. This is your D2. Means question number D and answer number 2. Okay. Now next question is what is the rule that governs attraction and repulsion between two magnets? What is the rule that governs attraction and repulsion between two magnets? So answer is on page number 138. 138. Page number 138. On page number 138, you have to mark here. Okay, at the end of the page there is a paragraph in which in a magnet like poles, you have to cut all the brackets. You don't have to write the brackets. Okay, brackets and the things which are mentioned in the brackets, you have to just write the sentence. That is, in a magnet like poles repel and unlike poles attract each other. In a magnet like pole repels and unlike poles attract each other. You have to cut the brackets. So it is on page number 138 and this is D3. D3. Next is, how is pressure related to the area over which a force acts? So page number 140. 140. Page number 140. Here it is. This is the fourth answer, right? D4. We are looking for D4. So for D4 you have to mark from if the area over which the force act decreases, the pressure increases. Okay, from here you have to mark till the formula, that is pressure is perpendicular force upon area. Means you have to write the first point, second point, then definition of the pressure and then formula for the pressure. Okay, so this is D4. After that, next question is fifth question. What is the relation between the units? What is the relation between? Is it visible? No. Okay, here it is. What is the relation between the units Pascal and Newton? What is the relation between units Pascal and Newton? Again, page number 140. That is 140. On page number 140, we are looking for D5, right? D5. So here the SI unit of pressure is Pascal. It is the pressure exerted by a force of 1 Newton acting over an area of 1 meter square. 1 Pascal is 1 Newton per meter square. So from the till meter square. So answer is D5. So D5 is your answer, and that is on page number 140. Clear? Next question. In which cases will you exert greater pressure on the ground if you wear shoes with pointed heels or if you wear slippers? Why? Now this answer is not given in the textbook. This answer is not given in your textbook. The answer I have written here, you just have to copy it. Okay, so it is D6. This is D6. It is given here. Here you can see this D6. So D6, the answer is the leg wearing pointed heels is resting on a very small area. So the pressure exerted on the ground by it is greater since pressure is force upon area. Now what you have to do, you have to just pause the video and copy it down in your book. Okay, so the leg wearing pointed heels is resting on a very small area. So the pressure exerted on the ground by it is greater since pressure is force upon area, right? Because heels, if you imagine as the heel of the shoe, what will happen when it rests on the ground? It will rest at a very small place. Whereas slippers, what happens? Slippers rest at very great place. If this is a slipper, it will take this much area to rest on the ground, whereas the heel will take this much only. So it exerts more pressure compared to the slipper. So this is the answer. After D6 we will go for D7, right? D7 is, why are dams over rivers made broader at the bottom than at the top? Why are dams over the river made broader at the bottom than at the top? So it is page number 142, 142. So on 142 we are looking for D7. Okay, so D7 on page number 142. Yeah, it is here at this corner, page number 142. Here you can see that. Now before dams you have to write one line. Before dams you have to write one line, and that line is liquid pressure increases with depth. Liquid pressure increases with depth. D-E-P-T-H, depth. So then the line continues. So dams are broader and thicker at the base than at the top to withstand the higher pressure at the bottom. This is D7. This is D7. This is your answer. Okay, now last is D8. Last question is D8 for answer in brief. Okay, what is atmospheric pressure? What is atmospheric pressure? Page number 144. So page number 144, question number D8. This is 144. Here you can see that in this paragraph. Okay, on page number 144, second line, the force exerted by the atmosphere on unit surface area is called as atmospheric pressure. You have to write from the force exerted by the atmosphere on unit surface area is called atmospheric pressure. So that is D8. This is D8. Okay, with this we have finished the question number D, right? Now we will go for question number E. In E also we are having almost 8 questions. After this the chapter is over. Okay, so question number E, right? In E, the two forces act on an object in the same direction and then in opposite direction. What will be the net force on the object in each of the two cases? So for this, page number 134. Now we will mark, as we have marked this as D1, D2, D3 and so on. We will mark this as E1, E2, E3, E4, E5 and so on. Okay, so E1, page number 134. So this is page number 134. Okay, E1. Now E1 is on page number 134. Here you can see that you have to mark from when till 0. When till 0 means when forces are applied to an object in the same direction, the net force acts in the same direction as the individual forces. Next, when two forces are applied to an object in opposite directions, they oppose each other. The net force on the object is the difference between the forces. It acts in the direction of the larger force. If the two opposing forces are equal, the net force is 0. Means from when till 0. This is E1, page number 134. Clear? Let's go towards the next question. Now, what is the next question? Next question is, what are the effects that a force can have on an object? What are the effects that a force can have on an object? So page number 136, 136. Open the page number 136. Here you can see that, yeah, there are 5 points, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These all 5 points comes under E2. Okay, so you have to write all the 5 points from it to object, okay, this is E2, Clear? Next question. Explain contact and non-contact forces. Now its answer in the textbook is very given in parts, so you have to just mark it carefully. Okay, this question is on for this question only this thing has happened, so you have to just mark it very carefully. Now explain contact and non-contact forces with the help of 2 examples for each. Now first in this we will define what is contact and non-contact force, then we will give 2 examples of contact force and 2 examples of non-contact force. So that is on page number 136. Again page number 136. On page number 136, what you have to do, yeah, here it is on page number 136. Here you can see types of forces. Here forces can be classified as contact force and non-contact force. So our first point, so now I have mentioned that E31 means question number E, third answer, first point. Okay, it is in points, so you have to write in you have to mention the answer in points. So E3, first point is forces can be classified as contact and non-contact forces. After that second point is here. Now in second point we will define what is contact force. So second point, E3 second, is forces that act on object by coming in contact is called as contact force. So from forces to contact force, this is second point. Third point is from forces to forces, that is forces that acts on object without coming in contact with them are called as non-contact forces. This is the third point. Next is fourth point. So examples of, now we have defined both the contact and non-contact forces, right? Now we will give the examples. So for examples, E3 fourth, that is muscular and frictional forces are examples of contact forces. Muscular and frictional forces are examples of contact forces. In that, first is muscular force, right? So this is E4. Next is E5. E5 is, in muscular force, the force we exert from till kicking. So the force till kicking is E4. E5, right? E5. Now after E3 5, we will go for E3 6. E3 6 is here on page number 137. On page number 137, E3 6 is given. It is from frictional force. You have to mention frictional force not only tends to stop the object but also tends to stop a stationary object from moving. So E3 6 is from frictional force to moving. Okay, next is gravitational force. E3 7. After 6 point, it is 7th point. It is here, gravitational force. So every object attracts every other object in the universe. This force of attraction is called as gravitational force. So from every to gravitational force. Next is last point, E3 8. Last point is E3 8. E3 8 is on the force of attraction or repulsion exerted by magnets is called the magnetic force. So last point is from the force till magnetic force. So understood, there are total 8 points. If you have missed some point, just go back in the video and again go for it. Okay, so we are having total 8 points. So answer begins from page number 136, 137 and 138. Next is E4. Next is E4. The mass of an object is the same all over the universe, but the weight varies from place to place. Explain why. Now again, this question is not given in your textbook, so just I have written it. You have to copy it. Just pause the video and copy down the answer. So answer is E4 for E4. Okay. Now here you can see it is E4. Yeah, this is E4. This is the answer. From mass till weightless. From mass till weightless, you have to write the answer whole. Okay. So I will not repeat the whole answer. It is given. You just have to copy down. So this is E4. Mass till weightless. Mass till weightless. Okay. So let's go to the next answer. After E4 it comes E5. So E5 is, why is it better to use a school bag that has broad straps? What problem might you face if the straps are narrow? So it is on page number 141. So page number 141. Open the page number 141. We are looking for E5, right? E5. So 141. On 141 you can see the paragraph number 1, 2, 3. Third paragraph in the left, what we can say, left row. So third para is school bags, right? Before school bags, just mention pressure is force upon area. Pressure equals to force upon area. Then mention the whole para, from school bags to considerably. From school bags to considerably. So write pressure is force upon area, then from school bags to considerably. This is E5. This is E5. After E5 we will go for E6. Okay, we will go for E6. So E6 on page number 148. 6th question, right? What is a manometer? Explain its working with the help of a label diagram. Means in this, first we will define what is manometer, right? First we will define what is manometer. Next then we will give its working, and lastly we will draw the diagram. Okay, so page number 143. 143. So open page number 143. Yeah, it is here. So on page number 143, a manometer, here first paragraph, from a manometer till, you have to write in the second row, right? It is the second row, that is right hand side, first para, till rubber skin. So from a manometer to rubber skin, a manometer to rubber skin. Okay, after that you have to draw this diagram, a manometer, right? You have to draw this diagram and name the parts given respectively. Okay, so from a manometer to rubber skin is your answer. Means full, from here to this thing to here. You don't have to mention this word refer to figure. Don't mention this refer to figure. Okay, 11.11. okay, just write the whole theory. After that go for this diagram. This is your E6. This is your E6. Okay, next question is E7, right? E7 is, describe an experiment to show that atmospheric pressure acts in all direction. Now you just have to describe an experiment which will show that the pressure acts in all direction, right? For that, the answer is not given in your textbook. I have written the answer, you just go through it. This is E7. So E7, this is the procedure, observation and inference. Means you have to write the whole thing from procedure to directions. Okay, from procedure to directions, 1, 2, 3. You have to write all this thing for E7. Okay, clear? It is E7. Next is E8. Next is E8. Okay, you can just pause the video and write down the answer. After this is E8 question is, why is the pressure inside an aeroplane maintained at the normal ground level atmospheric pressure? So its answer is on page number 147. So just, no, it's not 147, it might be 141. Wait a minute, it is 145, not 147, it is 145. Okay, 145. On 145 you can see that, yeah, second paragraph, from jet planes fly at a heights of 10,000 meters. Okay, from here till pressure, from jet planes till pressure, you have to write this para and this whole thing. First write this, after this write from here to here, that is pressure. So this is E8, this is E8, page number 145. Now with this your chapter theory and question answers, everything ends here. If any query, when let me know. Okay, thank you.